Welcome to the Greater Than Podcast, Vikram.
Thank you so much, Suren. Great to be here.
Let's go to where it started.
My father wanted me to become a doctor because he couldn't become a doctor and I hate blood. So I said it's not me.
Why a hotelier?
When I was 13 years old, what turned the entire thing for me was I visited a hotel called Taj Coromandel in Chennai and I fell in love with it. So that's, I think, also the power of manifestation. You want something badly, it'll happen.
I know you've done 50 plus countries, right?
I traveled with about 20 chefs all over Europe where we went to every Michelin-starred restaurant.
How do you update yourself? How do you learn?
I believe that you have to be a lifelong learner. There is never a point when you can stop learning.
I've heard that in hospitality, the number of women are always less.
A story about one spa therapist. So one day this girl was just sitting. She said, "Sir, do you think I have hope or this is what is my life?" This really brought tears to my eyes.
You've been in this industry for so many years. I'm sure you met N number of celebrities.
A lot of people. Queen of England, Rajinikanth. If you want me to pick up one person, I think it was Amitabh Bachchan. I think he's a very classy man. Dhoni, when he just got married, he just met Sakshi, they got married. The first hotel they came to was ours. The secret is we even taught him how to wear a tie.
We're going to start where it started. Today we know you have GRT hotels, 22 hotels, expanding very, very fast. You run the whole chain, 2,500 happy employees, very happy customers. But let's go to where it started. Why a hotelier?
So it all started for me. I'm from a family which is rooted in Chennai. I must say it's Madras, the old Madras. Madras where you, the sambar bubbles on a stove and you also smell filter kapi.
Yep.
And the dusty lanes where you play cricket.
I still love Madras. Are you someone like me?
Oh, yes. 100%.
I love Madras than
Yeah.
Chennai. I think we're still
So
old.
that's a vibe. That's an emotion. And I still hold it very close to my heart. And I try to recreate it most of the time in my hotels, whenever I do my hotels. Cutting to now, if you go to my Radisson Blue GRT, we just did a complete renovation of it. You go there, you feel that Madras emotion. So coming back, I think that's where my entire being started. And I'm from a 400-year-old family from Chennai. So my great grandfathers, ancestors, they came to Chennai, and my great grandfather, that is, he was the Dubash to the British. So Dubashes are actually translators, but they were given entire powers of a full territory to manage. And they were very trusted during the British Raj, and they amassed enormous wealth. This is my paternal grandfather. And then as rich people, they started indulging in sport. And that's how the horse racing. I remember my grandfather showing me their ancestral house with stables full of horses where they had. So they were big into polo. They were big into golf. They were very big into cricket. And cricket was that time a white man's game.
Yep.
So my great grandfather, Buchi Babu Naidu, after whom there is also a tournament, which is a defining tournament for people to get into actually A-class cricket, which was revived recently with a lot of lobbying from our family too. And then my grandfather, Ramasamy Naidu, he went away to the Cambridge to study. He was the first blue. Blue is you represent Cambridge in a sport. So he was a double blue. He played, that time there was not much cricket. So he started playing tennis. So he represented Cambridge for tennis. And then he came back to India. And he was a double international in India. So he played cricket and tennis for India. He was a test. He played test level, and he also played Davis Cup for India. And
2 sports.
Yeah, 2 sports. So MJ Gopalan and C. Ramasamy Naidu are known as the people who played 2 sports initially in the country. So, and then he became a selector. So that's the legacy of our thing. So, uh, our family was more landlords. My grandmother came from Eluru. They were zamindars. That's another story. I mean, I'm writing a book on that. So it's a fabulous story of how during British they revolted, Tipu Sultan. So it runs through that. So she had all this land, and then she fell in actually love with my grandfather. Actually, her father fell in love with my grandfather, and then she fell in love with my grandfather. That's how they married. She got a big dowry. She came here and she built houses, and it was a kind of luxurious life, but we never felt it that time. So we were instilled a lot of value systems in our thing. And we grew up, and always there used to be guests at home, and they were taken care of so graciously. And I think that's where somewhere hospitality got into my entire being, into my blood. And that's how I started my journey. And at some point, my father wanted me to become a doctor because he couldn't become a doctor. His mother said, "We have enough money. What do you want to be working as a doctor?" So he started seeing the dream in me. And I hated being a doctor because I'm not a person, I'm not wired to look at people unhappy. I hate sad places, and I hate blood, and I hate the old drama of the trauma in hospitals, which happen every day. So I said it's not me, but he insisted on me becoming a doctor. But when I was 13 years old, what turned the entire thing for me was I visited a hotel called Taj Coromandel in Chennai, and I fell in love with it. The beautiful lights and the ornate columns and the polished marble floors, people dressed so well, clinking wine glasses, the fine cutlery, and then the crockery. So I said that's my world. I want to be a hotelier. I want to see people happy. I want to make people happy. So that became a kind of a driving force for me. So that was always in the back of my mind, and I was trying to gravitate towards it, but my dad was trying to take me away from it. So for a long time he tried. I even did my BSc Zoology from Loyola College. And then I ran away from home one day. And
okay, you ran away from home.
Literally ran away. Okay. I didn't tell anyone. I just packed my bags, ran away, did my All India entrance exam for IHMs. I made sure I got into Bangalore, not into Chennai. I got into hostel.
Because you want to stay away from the family.
Stay away from the family. And ask me how I got money to pay my fees. I wrote to my grandmother, who was still a staunch supporter, maybe out of a lot of love. So she used to send me some money. But I used to work the evenings. There was a restaurant called Topkapi, which was a first revolving restaurant. I'm talking about 1984, 85. So I used to study the whole day. Evenings, I used to wear a black and white shirt, black pant, go work in those restaurants. I used to serve tables, bus dishes at the back, wash dishes. And I remember I used to get 25 rupees. And that paid for my hostel and so she used to pay, my grandmom used to pay fees, and I paid for my living. So
that was your first salary, technically. Yeah. 25 rupees per month.
25 rupees per month. And that's how life started. But I used to enjoy it. Bangalore IHM was fun. 1984 I joined, and then a lot of people came onto the campus to pick us up, a lot of groups, hotel groups. But still my goal was to get into Taj Coromandel, where my dream started. And I made sure I got selected as a management trainee in Taj Coromandel, and the life came full circle when I joined and I walked in the first day, belonging to Taj Coromandel rather than a guest. And I was sitting in the HR office, and I was dreaming ahead already of what a hotelier I'm going to be. And that's how my entire journey
started. So that was your first job, management trainee in Taj. Which year was that?
It was 1987.
1987. There's something we have to cover here, Vikram. What I love what you said is, right, I'm a true believer that you really want something. You have a clear intention. However difficult or however it is outside whatever you think called your circle of reality, you will definitely get it if you work towards it. Like, think about it. A 13-year-old boy whose father has money and telling him to study medicine. Walked away 19 years old, went to a college, and you had all the options, but you got Taj,
Yeah.
you got Taj Coromandel, the same hotel.
Yeah.
See the probability, possibility, right? But that's the power of it. Okay, then what happened after Taj?
So that's, I think, also the power of manifestation.
Yep.
You want something badly, it'll happen. I think it's a message I tell all my people all the time. If you want something badly, be obsessed with it, and you will get it. The universe will make sure that you get it.
Your obsession will become your possession.
Yeah, correct.
That's it. Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Beautifully told. Yeah. So after that, I did so well. I was so excited that I did so well. Within 1 year, they promoted me as an assistant manager. So that time, the goal was not to become an assistant manager, but to get into the clothes of an assistant manager, which was a black suit and and a white striped pant. I will never wear it today, but those days, I think to wear that, I think it was a symbol of success, and that's what I wanted to think. And when I got into that, I was so thrilled. And 1987 was also, I must mention this. I learned a big lesson. I don't know if you know, or even if you were born that time.
I was born.
Okay. MG Ramachandran died, and there were riots in the city. And I really saw how people belong to an organization, how they stood by it. It later happened after a very long time in Taj, Mumbai, when there was a terrorist attack. But I saw it in 1987.
Similarly, something like that.
Taj culture, very similar thing. People protected the property with their entire being in the front. They formed human chains. They never allowed.
They're just small employees.
Yeah.
They don't need to do it.
They didn't
That's
need to.
Taj culture,
Yeah,
right?
that's Taj culture. They never allowed anyone to get in. They stayed overnight. Hotel was full. They made sure none of the guests felt it.
Oh, just for people who don't know, 1987, MJ Ramachandran, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, died, and there were mad riots, right? People are really ransacking, people coming in. Yep.
And this, I think, also, there was some lesson for me which I had to take, which was about culture, which I later on also tried to build the same culture in GRT hotels. And I could really see the same thing happen to us when in 2015, when there were Chennai floods, and our flagship hotel, the Grand Chennai, completely went down in water. It was completely flooded. And we had almost the full house. The staff, not one staff left. Even though the entire Chennai was flooded, their homes must have been flooded, families. Nobody left. All stayed back. All took care of guests. And we made sure, not only that, we also opened a community kitchen. We fed 150,000 people. We cooked overnight food. High court judges, it was like a leveler for everybody. They came because they didn't have kitchens. They didn't have domestic servants to come and cook. So they were coming and standing in line to get food from us.
Yeah, I remember 2015 floods where milk was not there.
Milk was not there.
Tons and tons of money.
Yeah.
Were standing in queue just for a milk, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
So I could see that the replay of that entire thing, and I was happy that I set this culture again in GRT Hotel.
Okay, quickly interrupting you because you are talking culture, right? You saw something in Taj and you kind of recreated or got it better in GRT. How do people get that culture? Why the employee could have gone home and you could have stopped, right? You could have said my home is more important. You couldn't have stopped, but they didn't do it, and nobody told them not to go.
Yeah.
How can that happen? How did it happen? Can you explain that?
No, I think this comes from our chairman and his sons, both the MDs and the deputy managing director, Mr. Natarajan. I think they all believe in people like I do. We believe that first comes the people, and in hospitality we say guests are gods. But for us at GRT Hotels, guests are God and employees are angels. They're on the same platform. Okay, so we look at our employees as equal to thing. We give them enough importance, and the way we empower them. Okay, that's how culture is built. They should start owning the brand. They should be part. They should think that they are the founders of the brand. Like I think I am the founder of the brand. So if that gets into them, and then they belong. Okay, and that can't happen just like that. It's by design. It's by design when you start believing in them. Trust is a major value system. You start trusting in them, and then you empower them. So if you go into any of GRT hotels, we have something called the Empower 2000 rule, where I told every employee, from a trainee to anybody, up to 2000 rupees, no questions will be asked. You can spend on a guest. You want to give him a gift. You want to, if a guest doesn't says his dosa is not crisp, you have every right to take it off and replace it. Nobody will ask you questions. And if anyone asks, if they ask for an explanation, I will stand by you. And it's written in bold, and that's our part of our onboarding.
It's called Employee 2000.
Empower 2000.
Empower 2000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is something which was a very powerful thing for us.
When did you guys do this?
This we did it's almost 10 years back when I became a CEO of the organization. I was the GM of the Radisson for almost 10 years. Then I became a CEO. And that's how the entire thing, I started first with the hotel, and then we have it across the group. And people today know that nobody will ask questions if they do something for a guest. And
So
that's a culture.
what happens in that is the employee feels the management believes in them,
Trust.
the brand trusts
Yeah.
on them,
Yeah.
and they have a free hand to do this.
Yes.
Because they have a free hand, they're not going to do it left, right, center. They're very
Exactly.
cautious about it, right?
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
there's a message which goes to every employee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So
amazing.
when we did a study after that, we analyzed it. Hardly 2% actually, we can't say misused it, did it wrongly, but they realized it, and we could take that up in training thing later. And only 2%. The rest everywhere was so responsible, but it took our guest satisfaction scores to another level. So that's one part of the culture. The other part of the
So you
culture
said
is
believe, trust, empower.
correct.
Okay.
The second part of the equation in culture is that it's not an employee which we have employed. It's the entire family. We take care of the entire family. So we always say that our chairman and MDs always say it's not the 2,500 staff. It's 2,500 staff into 4
Families.
That's
Yep.
our employees. And we have programs where we assist employees, their kids get educational assistance. We have scholarships. Any medical for the entire family is taken care of. And any mishaps, we are there. We hate to tell this outside, and my chairman might get very angry, but just to prove a point, I also did a story in my LinkedIn, and it's got 3 million views just a couple of days
The Muller
back.
story, right?
Muller
Can you
story.
please share that story? You need to share it.
So I had a front office manager called Arun, very ambitious guy who wanted to reach the top very fast. So he was my front office guy when I was a GM at the Radisson Blu. And he kept saying, sir, I want to go up. I want to do something. So when we took over a hotel in Pondicherry, I sent him as a GM. And it was the first time. It was very different for us because he was working for another owner. Somebody else owned that hotel. And it was not the same culture. When they were working with us, they had empowerment, they had a free hand. When he went there, he saw it was a little different. He was totally stressed, very stressed. He was 36 years old. He was a little on a plumpier side, very bad, what do you call?
Fitness.
Fitness levels, chain smoker and all that. 36 years, and he just passed away in his sleep. And he had a wife who was not working that time. He had a son. He built a home. But all of us as GRT stood by them. We made sure that Muller got a job. We put her in sales. We taught her the ropes. And Advik, I don't want to mention names, but her son, the entire schooling was taken care by us till 12th standard. He's a fine young gentleman today. And Muller has grown in the ranks. She's done so well. More than the story that GRT helped, I think the resilience of a woman, the power of woman, that they can fight against anything. And the thing, I think this was demonstrated. And this is a story I always use for woman power in our organization. And that's how we take care of people. And this is one of the stories. We have several stories. So today, people who work for us, they're 100% secure that the family will be taken care of.
So that's
Whatever
the beauty. Vikram, I
happens.
want to pause it here because
Yeah.
what you're trying to tell is culturally what JRT has done is
Yeah.
2,500 employees, but it's 2,500 families.
Yes.
Correct? You ensure you really understand what they really need.
Yeah.
Of course, healthcare is taken care
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
but you also actually see education, healthcare, scholarships.
Yes.
And Malar is one story you just said.
Yes.
Most people, I don't know how it works in hoteliers. Most companies would have saying, okay, thank you, whatever money I can give you, any support you can't. That's the maximum people go.
She had a new house and she had a loan, and we helped her do the loan too. So who does? I mean, not many companies would do that.
I don't know many
Yeah,
companies who do
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Please thank your chairman
Yeah.
for doing what he does.
Yeah.
I think its culture is always from top
Yeah.
down.
Correct.
Just the intent of how to do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Anything else in culture you want to share?
So this is what forms a culture, and culture is by design. You cannot say, okay, culture will form by itself and thing. You have to make sure that you design the culture.
So one of the myths we want to break here, because
Yeah.
most people who talk about culture, not most people, some people say that culture is how an organization is like this and it forms.
Yes.
You're saying culture is by design. Go ahead.
So you have to share your values.
Mhm.
There has to be a value system, which has to be a shared value system, and which everyone has to buy into.
Mm.
Okay, they have to see the same vision. They have to see where we are going, and they have to get excited in following that vision of where the company is going, where the brand is going.
So
The
you're saying,
entire
let's
thing.
understand. You're
Yeah.
saying, okay, it's by design.
Yeah.
And people need to buy in the value system.
Yeah.
First, they need to get inspired.
Yeah.
They buy in.
Yeah.
Then they also part of it already.
Yeah.
And while you're going through the journey, you also need people who are your brand ambassadors for the value system.
Exactly.
Right? Which means these
Yeah.
are the people who are going to push it down.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can't be there for all the 2,500.
Yeah.
How do you identify those people?
So these are the people we identify in how they are embracing the entire culture. And then we have a masterclass for them. We sit down with them. I spend time with them. I explain the bigger purpose. Okay. What is the purpose of the entire company? Why do we come to work every day? And they get really imbibed into the entire, they start living the culture. Then we put them out into the cadre, and then they go in, and then they have their cohorts, and then they start talking to them about the bigger vision, what GRT stands for, how do we take care of our guests, and why do we take care of our guests. And it's why. This questioning is what we also encourage. We encourage people to ask questions, so clarity is there. And with clarity comes consistency. So that's what we expect people. And then we make sure that every hotel has a very clear agenda of what we call employee engagement. So from the time they come into our hotel to get recruited, the entire employee journey is mapped. And then we try and do every touch point. We make sure that we create something unique which they will remember and take away. So today we are in attention economy. So every 30 seconds you need to engage people, especially the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha, which is not yet come in, but they will come in very soon. And that's next 10 years, Gen Alpha is going to be there. So these are the digital people or the people who have attention deficit. So we need to keep reiterating what we are saying every 30 seconds to a minute. Every touch point we need to curate. And that's how we do. So even if an employee comes for recruitment, for example, he walks away with a gift, even if he gets recruited or not.
So every touch point, you have an engagement either way.
Either way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and once he comes in, the onboarding, how it goes in, then we have a buddy system where one evangelist of the culture is attached to a new joinee.
Every new employee. Okay.
He gets attached. It's called a buddy system. So he starts mentoring that person. And then once after 3 months, we have something called the reunion. So we bring all these new guys together and we see how they understood. And we just don't ask them questions. We tell them to play role play. We tell them to do skits. We tell them to draw thing. So we try and get into their minds, into their DNA to see if they understood the culture.
So it's more done in a fun way.
It's a very fun way.
Okay.
They won't even realize it, that what we are doing it. It's like through storytelling, through thing. We make sure that they understand our culture before they get in. So by then, they're 3 months, they're already like kind of half in. And we always believe that people leave within the first 6 months if they have to leave.
Yep.
So that's how this 3-month thing came. And then there is another 3-month kind of interaction. After 6 months, they're there for you with life. And I'm very proud. I'm 23 years in this organization. And if you look at all my ex-com, are all over 15 years, 10 to 15 years. And people, when you walk in, we did the landscape report the other day. And the median kind of longevity is 10 years and above in our GRT hotels, and which is very rare in a hospitality brand.
I'm going to pause and ask you a question. Before that, I think you're going to put a lot of business coaches out of business, okay? By answering this.
Yeah.
You're going to tell us, irrespective of whatever industry, when an employee comes in, what should an employer do for the first 3-6 months? Just break it down on what you've done. I think what you're saying works for every industry, right?
Yeah, correct.
Irrespective of whatever you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Just break it down.
So the first employee should see, you should map his career. So he should know where he's going. He should not come in and be lost. So that's one very critical thing when a new employee comes, because the first 30 days is a very critical, because he's intimidated. He's in a new thing. He doesn't have friends. He has to form new friends. He might be a brand new employee just out of college, or he must have worked in some other culture and come in here. So he looks at things differently. So those first 30 days are very critical. So these first 30 days, we handhold that employee. We have people who are trained to do this, and they're telling them every step. If there is a problem, come to us. If there is somewhere if there's a hurdle, come to us. You don't like your accommodation, come to us. You are not able to understand some SOP, come to us. If you fail somewhere, your supervisor is rude to you, come to us.
So everything is covered, basically.
Yeah, everything is covered. So these guys know that if there's something wrong, they can reach out to his mentor or the buddy. We call them buddies. And that buddy has a free hand to bring it up even to my level to make that right. So even if it's a trainee, I get involved as a CEO. Okay. So from there, the next intervention is at 90 days. Okay. So we leave them for 90 days, and then we have something called this meeting where we get all the new joinees, 90 days who finished. And then we have a day-long workshop. So they have fun. It's a fun workshop. They think it's fun, but we are trying to understand how they got to know, how they have imbibed all those value systems which GRT stands for, and how they are able to understand with example, with anecdotes. So they come out with role plays, they come out with skits, they come out with charts where they draw, because people sometimes are very touch and feel. Sometimes they're very visual. Sometimes they hear better. So we make sure that all the parameters are covered, and we can. So after 90 days, we put them again back into the thing. We give them another new environment, so that we are now testing them for their longevity. So we put them into another environment. We give them some challenges, some tasks, and then we again support them. We still embrace them. And 6 months, we see how they think, whether they're comfortable, everything is going on smoothly. And then they become our culture ambassadors.
Lovely. So we are talking about when somebody comes and first give them the complete career map. That's one.
Yeah.
Second, have something like a buddy system, like a mentor who's going to help them out.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else specifically people have to do?
So for example, we have something called the GRT anthem. So every day they play this anthem. So you know when there's anthem, you build that patriotism.
Yep.
So we wrote an anthem, we put music to it, and everybody sings that anthem. Then
So what time does it happen?
So anytime a staff comes in, he starts a shift. We have something called the assembly line, where people come in, they take a briefing before they get in. So anything that happens like that, they do this anthem first, and then only they get into
Happens
work.
every single day.
Every single day, many times, multiple times, it happens, and they have a booklet in their pocket, okay, which is what we call a red book, which has all the rules. We don't call them rules, we call them our guidelines or our way of life. It tells you what is right, what is wrong, what is the value system, how you should live your life in GRT. So it's a red book which goes into their pocket. Okay. So we give all of them this book, and then we certify them as a GRTN in 3 months. When they finish this thing, we also certify. So they start getting that belonging. They see, human being always wants to belong.
Correct.
In a community or into a group. So we try and get that belonging to him. So he belongs to a family of people. We always say all brothers and sisters. So that's how the entire thing starts. And in 6 months, he is a true GRTN. We also give him all the SOP thing in terms of culture. A lot of engagement goes on. We have fun Wednesdays. We have culture Fridays, where a lot of people have a lot of talent, but they feel stifled because their talent is not brought out. So we try and bring out the talent on Fridays. So we have a couple of hours in the evening where people can come and sing, they can come and dance, they can come and show Pilates, someone do yoga. So they can show off any of their talent. So we have this thing, and then we have fun Wednesdays when we have games. So we believe in fun at work. So we say that only when the employee feels that he's not coming to work, he would come to work happily every morning.
Correct.
Because
hospitality
hospitality work is not so easy. It's glam outside. To see from outside is very glamorous.
It's long hours, right?
It's long hours. We work on when others are partying, we are working. In fact, one of my LinkedIn has a post about that, of how we had a Temple Bay, we had a reunion. Not a reunion, annual day, just a couple of weeks back. And we had 20 years people who have completed 15 years, completed 10 years. We had long service awards, and we called families also. And one lady, she came up to take a 15-year thing, and with her a small daughter came, and she was so proud. She was holding onto her mother's hand. And when we gave, then she turns around and tells her mom, I know why you didn't come for my annual day. You were working and making guests happy. This really brought tears to my eyes. This is what is a hospitality person. That mother couldn't go for her daughters, but the daughter didn't understand. Now she understood when she got that award, that what her mother was doing. So similarly, there was a waiter, 20 years thing. He came with his son. The son says, Appa, I'm so proud of you. On the stage, he's telling in front of me. And this is what brings tears to our eyes. This is what is the life of a hospitality person. So this we respect, make sure that they also have fun at work, and we compensate. And we believe that we also have to involve families. So we have this family days. We have something called the family retreat. Every month in every hotel, 10 staff can bring their families, and they have fun. We show them around. They show them the work areas. So the people also know where their family, and the people are so proud to show their work
One
areas.
showcase, and they genuinely know that the management cares for them.
Yeah, correct. And we give them gifts, and then they have a good lunch and stuff like that. So we involve families. So family is one big thing in our culture, and also how they grow. People always want, especially the youngsters, they want instant gratification. They say, I'm not going to wait 10 years to become a general manager. I want growth. So now we've changed our entire structure. So we have many levels where people can visibly grow. So every year they get a promotion, they get an increment, they get. So it's a.
So the career roadmap is very clear.
Very clear.
It's not that you have to wait for 5 years for something.
Yeah.
Something happens on the go.
On the go. Yeah.
I'm going to ask one more thing, Vikram, because this something happens. A lot of people come to Success Gyan trainings and ask me this question. So then, where do I get good employees? People come, go. People come and go. From what I'm understanding from what you're saying, people are basically good.
Yeah.
If you create an environment, ecosystem, and a culture where people know they're genuinely taken care, and they know whatever life goals of them will be reached, their family will be taken care, and it's a safe place for them to grow, express themselves.
Correct.
Any company can build what you built, right? Any company can build.
Intrinsically, every person on this earth, there is a goodness to them. It's how you bring out the goodness and how you stifle the badness. Them. Okay, so they come from different backgrounds. I mean, we get people from Manipur, Meghalaya, very, very basic. They're actually coming from poverty. And when they come, when they see money, when they see things, it's a temptation for them. But how you take care of them, only the goodness comes out. The other day, I also was telling a story about one spa therapist who came in and she was like working. And spa therapists, they work very hard. It's not an easy job. It's not only physical, it's also mental. You're taking the negative energy if you believe in that. So one day, this girl was just sitting and I was passing by. Her name was Zoali. She said, sir, do you think I have hope or this is what is my life? I said, I didn't give her big yarn. I just looked into her eyes and said, just hang on. There are good times which are going to come. Years pass by. And then she, one day I get a message, WhatsApp, that I opened my own school in Meghalaya, in Mizoram. I'm so thankful that that day I just didn't give up. And you gave a good word. I just wanted to tell you that I'm so happy. My old mother and father don't have to work. Brothers thing, and I'm so happy.
These are stories that help us wake up every single day and do what we do, right?
Correct.
Same thing. These are things that's what people ask me. How can you do 24/7, 7 days training, don't go back home? It inspires me. It inspires me when you hear stories of transformation and somewhere something you've done has made that difference.
It's that sense of hope. I think culture is also when you give hope to people, and I think hope is a great emotion. And when you're giving hope to people, people cling on to that hope and they work towards hope. But a lot of companies I know which fail in culture is they manage people with fear. And when they start managing people with fear, it's not a long-term thing. So
especially right now, I don't think so we can do that. People value self-esteem more than anything else.
Exactly.
More than anything else. Okay, so, I know you've done a lot on culture now. I know we can talk for 5-10 hours also, but I'm going to pause and ask this question. How do you identify leaders? Because I know you have a brilliant leadership team. Your second level, third level are brilliant. How do you identify those people in the team?
So we have a very, very keen eye for leadership. And because our business is a last mile business. Hospitality is that last mile, what that person is doing to the guest. We sitting in our offices wearing suits, we can give SOPs, we can write manuals. Doesn't work if that person who giving the last mile service, he doesn't understand the entire the concept of that. So what we do is we have a very keen eye for that kind of leadership. We see people. So my first thing, I should not be saying this, but the first thing when I see a person, when I'm trying to interview him, is whether he comes in smiling or is he... it looks stupid, but for hospitality, I think it's so very important. You should smile very easily.
I think for every vertical, any business, please smile. Come on.
So is he happy? Is he a happy person by thing? Every person cannot be happy all the time. There are lots of things, but by nature, is he a happy person? These are like very basic qualifiers, but it works up to the CEO level. I think if you want to work in a service industry, any service industry, banks, hospitals, more so in hospitality, you have to be a happy person, and you should be a person willing to transfer that happiness to another person. Okay, and they say that happiness comes from within. So it is very true. You people seek happiness outside, but you have to be that person who generates happiness and who radiates happiness, and people should be happy in your thing. So those are the leaders who will actually be very, very successful in hospitality, because it's very easy to train them for strategy. It's very easy to train them in numbers. Some wise guy said culture eats strategy for breakfast. I think guy must have been from hospitality. Because culture is so important, and if these leaders are able to mold people below who are following them with their vision, they have to have that clarity in vision, and they have to have that consistency in what they do every day. They can't be one person when they come in and wear the suit in a hotel, go back home and do something else. You cannot be two people. Yep. That's why I hate this thing called work-life balance. There's nothing called work-life balance. There's only one single person. So there's a balance. There's priorities in life. There's no work-life balance. You're not two separate people. You are somebody at work and you are somebody else.
Let's break that myth here. Yeah. The whole work-life balance. Yeah.
Yeah. So that person has to be genuinely a hospitality guy. So that's what we see in leadership. We teach them strategy. We make sure that the guy has external trainers. We do one-on-one coaching. We use executive coaches. We do all that. We have a fast track program because we are opening.
So when you say identifying, you're going to say whether he's got clarity, whether he's got consistency, whether he's perennially happy, any other qualities you look for.
And shared value system, whether trust, creativity, genuinely liking people, interpersonal skills. So these are the things which we look for in hospitality.
Anyone exhibits this, you feel, okay, this is a person we can take up the ladder.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are the ways. And then we put them to a grind. Okay. We give them first a mentee. So he becomes a mentor and a mentee relationship. And then they tail that person for some time. And then we push them into, give them tasks. And then they start learning. Then we make sure that they do the small milestones. They get small successes. Why? Because it's very important that your leader whom you're mentoring should see these small successes. One is for self-confidence. One is for people around him. Very important. People look at leadership. When the leader is successful, they follow. Okay. So you have to make that environment for those leaders, the young leaders, to become successful. We give them projects where they can see instant success. And people around them are seeing that this guy is a successful guy. And then people start following him. And that's how we make our leaders. And we make leaders at every level. We don't believe that general manager is the only leader. We don't believe HOD is the only leader. At all levels, there are leaders. And we believe that leadership is a term which is misused with designations. Need not be. For me, especially, leadership is one who is able to influence the behavior of others, who is able to make, able to share a vision, and is able to excite people to see that vision.
That's it.
Those are leaders.
Three things.
Those are real leaders, and that can come from a supervisor. He can be a restaurant manager. He can be even a CEO. But these are the qualities the person should have. And maybe all the qualities cannot be always in all one person, but we try and make sure that this guy, whatever qualities, the weaknesses he doesn't have, we make sure, but we always play on his strengths. We believe his strengths have to be first over amplified, so people are looking at him. That's how we make leaders in GRT. And today, at every rung, every step of the ladder, we have leaders. Tomorrow, if you want me to open 20 hotels overnight, I have people who can just jump in and start managing hotels. So that's how we create the depth and the succession. And we have a very clear succession plan too in our thing. So we have, if this person is not there, this person. If this person is not there, this person. So nobody is indispensable. That's what we say. Nobody is indispensable. Everybody has to earn his place. Everybody contributes, and everybody has to teach. And every one of my leaders are lifelong learners. We have a very strong learning and development culture. In fact, we have such a strong one that we have rules that every person in our organization has to go through 68 hours of training minimum to sit for an appraisal. They have to have certain number of mandatory trainings like safety and all that. They have to have certain number of external learning. They have to have a certain number of hours which they invest in personal development, which they have to do personally, which we give them resources to do. So that's how we invest into people, and that's how they grow in our organization.
What you've done is phenomenal, Vikram. Okay, we started with something by saying here that we're going to talk about how somebody can be successful in the career and live a life. I know you've done 50 plus countries, right?
Yeah.
50 plus countries.
Yeah.
Plus, I also know you're a fitness freak. You're a real fitness freak. Let's talk about travel, then go to fitness. The reason I'm asking this question is somebody who manages such a big chain of hotels, which is expanding very fast. The normal thought is this man will not have time for his family. Forget vacations, correct? That's the normal thought. But I think you have traveled, you have a life. How do you do it?
So the first rule for me is that my work is not work. For me, I'm excited even at when I'm 60 today to get up every day and go to work.
Okay, let's pause. This
Yeah.
man is 60. Okay.
Guilty.
You have all the right to talk about fitness now. Please go ahead.
So I must qualify that. I am 60, but I always tell people I feel 30 in mind, body, and spirit. I'm thriving as if
So
I'm
you
in
put a
30.
pause button at 30 in your head.
Yeah. So even in my body, actually, I mean, I can compete today. Let's do push-ups, 50 push-ups. I can challenge this guy.
I'm not even coming here. Okay, this team member can try. Yeah.
So I think it's a for me, fitness is not a ritual. It's a lifestyle. It's become a lifestyle, and fitness is something which I think I looked up to my family. My grandfather was fit at 95. My dad was fit at 91. I used to go play tennis in MCC.
What age?
At 85. 85, we used to go at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and play tennis. So I think fitness runs in my genes in a way, but it's also, I love fitness. I think running for me is not only of being fit, it's about being fit in my mind. I think
It's like a meditation for you.
it's meditation in motion for me. I always tell. I think I get clarity between the 3rd kilometer and 5th kilometer. And that's when all my best ideas come, creativity comes, and I go, I make sure I have a phone and I'm noting it down. If you see me running and noting between that 3 and 5 kilometers, your mind becomes so clear and clarity comes in. And that's what I think is helping me day in and day out. And I don't run, and I run with my thoughts. I think the thoughts are also running. So as my running goes on, my thoughts like slow down and then I get clarity. So that's part of fitness. So coming back to what did you?
We saw travel. Let's do fitness now because you're already going to fitness.
Okay.
What all do you do? You run, I know for sure. You've done a half marathon.
Yeah.
You just did 10 kilometers, right? What speed did you do?
So I love doing 10Ks. 21 kilometers I want to definitely do before I'm 65 or 42. But I'm not really. I just want to tick off that.
That's all.
Okay. Nothing more than that. But I just love doing 10s. So I'm now doing time 10s. So my Chennai marathon was 1 hour 4 minutes.
1 hour 4.
Wow. 4 minutes. And my goal was to do it under 1 hour, and I'm going to crack it this year. 100%.
So by the next time I see you, it's going to be 1 hour.
1 hour, yeah.
10K.
1 hour or less.
Okay.
So that's 10K. Every week I put in at least 1 10K, if not 2.
Yeah.
Every thrice a week I put in 5K. And then I do a lot of CrossFit. I go to
how many days do you run in a week?
So 4 days in a week I try and get a run. 4 days in a week I do cult, which is almost CrossFit. So I do a cult, and if it's not so taxing, I go
That day
for
you
a
run.
5 kilometer. Yeah,
So
5 kilometer.
every day there's no break
No
on your
break.
fitness.
Yeah,
7 days.
6 minutes. No, 6 days.
Mm.
Seventh day, it's a recovery.
Mm.
So I must tell you this thing. In 2022, my daughter wanted to get into college in Toronto. She finished out of University of Toronto. She was leaving. So we wanted to do a diet because thing. So we went and met Shiny.
I don't know who she is, right?
So Shiny, Suren, we went to meet her. One is she's a friend. She was a good friend. And second is she's the best known, I think, nutritionist in the country today. So we said, let's go pick a mind of what my daughter should do. And when we went in, I think that was a pivotal moment for me, I think, because the way she spoke about nutrition, how it affects your work, how it affects your thinking, how it affects everything. She even gave me a book of how moods affect your mind. So she, the entire conversation, I picked up one thing that get your genes checked. Though there is something called epigenetics, where only 25% of your genes actually matter. The rest is your environment, how your lifestyle and everything. But just get your genes checked. And she said, I think I was suffering from gut issues that time, brain fog. Much earlier, when I was really like working hard to prove myself to my dad and to my family that I didn't do a mistake by not becoming a doctor, I think overreached. I suffered from anxiety. I suffered from panic attacks, borderline depression, brain fog, all these things. And they come in episodes, used to come in episodes for me. So 22 also, certain times I used to have this brain fog. So I was just telling this, I was just mentioning to, she said, you must be lactose intolerant or gluten intolerant. Because as Indians, though we grew up on cow's milk, but most of the time it's bad for your stomach. And even your wheat, there is something in wheat which is not good, especially for South Indians.
South Indians, yep.
So I didn't believe it because my grandmother believed in milk. We grew up on milk. We had cows in our house and we used to drink straight from the udder. As kids, we used to go and drink from the udder of the cow. So I said, is she doing something? Is she picking up something from the West and trying to tell us? So I said, okay, no harm. Let's do a gene mapping. I did a gene mapping and it came out that I was gluten intolerant and lactose intolerant. I said, okay, let's do this. Let's give it up for 6 months. And it was transformational for me. And that I think is part of my fitness thing. When I started that gluten-free diet and lactose-free, it was difficult. But for me in hotels, it's not very difficult because chefs all around were curating my menus. But when I travel, it's difficult. But today you're getting those gluten-free options. But when I travel, it's very difficult. When I went to South Korea, it was impossible. But I took things from here and then I went. But I was very strict. That's when I think my fitness levels went 10x. I could run like stamina, my energy levels, like I was
just pulling out milk,
just pulling out gluten.
That's it.
That's it.
Same diet, same menu, everything.
Everything was same. A little more vegetables. There is a person, there is a sweetheart called Karpagam in Shiny's team. She was behind me. Those 3 months Shiny put me on.
Okay, by the way, guys, I'm not telling him to promote Shiny here. Okay.
No, I'm not at all.
Shiny
this is my personal
Shiny is my dear wife who does the same thing for me at home. Thank you, Shiny. Okay, good.
So Karpagam was behind us. We had to send pictures of what we eat every meal. And those 3 months, what we did became a habit for me. And you won't believe it. My body fat at 59 years went out to 12.5%. I could see almost my six-pack. Though I didn't want a six-pack, I could see my six-pack coming out. And my muscle density grew. And my body fat to muscle improved. All my parameters improved. I said, this is the right thing. So today I'm a pescatarian. I eat only fish. Whatever is living under the water,
Works for you.
Indulgent.
Works for you. Oh.
I'm also a foodie. I love, for me, food is an expression. So I also do a lot of food styling. Food styling is something, and I still try and do it for our own restaurants. We have 35 restaurants in GRT hotels, and each one is a concept which is my own. Which whenever during my travels, which comes to my travels, I pick up things which I can come back and implement in my hotels. So when I went to Egypt, I picked up street food of Egypt. I opened Yella Yella. When I went to Alaska, I picked up something. They were cooking one small quaint restaurant in one small place was cooking something on a salt stone. Then I opened Salt Company 531, which is an entire restaurant based on Himalayan salt cooking. And this is how my travel also helps me at my work. So at some point, whenever we open a restaurant, the chefs get together. We do something called food trials. I should call you next time. After that, you will not eat food for 1 month because you have to eat and taste food, 30 dishes sitting at one point, and you have to give them feedback.
Oh boy.
So when we used to do that, I used to like eat meat and chicken and everything. And at some point, it got to me, and I became a total vegetarian. And then I couldn't leave my favorite fish. So I came back to fish, but today I can get away from this food trial saying I don't eat chicken and
Okay.
So that was the reason. So that's why I'm a pescatarian.
Okay.
And,
by choice.
It
Not
helped me.
because chicken doesn't work for you.
No,
Not because of that. It's
nothing.
more because of a choice.
Yeah, it's because of choice. And then now I'm gluten free and lactose free. And I think that works perfectly for me as far as diet goes. As far as movement goes, is very important. I think my running keeps me, my CrossFit keeps me going.
You're a big adventure geek. Can I call you that?
Yeah.
You love adventure, right?
It gives me a kick. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Very weird for a hotelier.
Exactly. The man does a party every night and doesn't drink. Wow.
Yeah. You see me in all the parties, but I don't.
I've seen you with a glass.
Yeah.
And what does the glass carry?
The secret is that glass has soda. It has Angostura bitters. And it has a lime. It looks like a proper single malt.
Oh. So now the whole public knows this. Whatever Vikram has in hand is not alcohol. Okay.
This is a secret.
Looks like alcohol. Okay.
Okay. So I don't drink because I can't process alcohol. And I hate smoking. I never indulge in smoking, though I had a lot of friends who smoke. In fact, that's why all my GRT hotels are non-smoking hotels. None of my hotels are smoking hotels. I love animals. That's why all my hotels are pet friendly.
Thank you, Vikram, for that, because we have a Maltese at home and only in Temple Bay we can take the Maltese and go because GRT is pet friendly. Thank you.
And we treat pets as if they are a VVIP guests. We roll out the red carpet and pets love to come back to us. So that's part of my lifestyle, which automatically your personality gets shifted into what you're building as a brand. So this is kind of my fitness
adventure.
Levels.
Tell me what all you've done.
So why adventure coming to it, it's a kick for me. I love standing at the edge of abyss and looking down into the unknown and jumping straight into it. I like that unknown kind of feel. So first, my bungee jump was in New Zealand, in Queensland. I did a skydive. I do a lot of tandem sky gliding. Wherever I see a zip line, I first go to it. In fact, we went to did we go to Meghalaya, and we were zipping across mountains like Superman, not like just sitting like this. And I went to Doki, edge of Bangladesh, where the water is as clear as like glass. And over that, there is a zip line, and I got stuck in the center. And I had to pull myself. So these are lovely experiences which we have. I do treks everywhere. I went to Munisiari. I go to Franz Josef in New Zealand. So I'm a kind of adventure kind of a junkie.
You like the unknown and it also fulfills your soul? How do you feel when you go for a
trek? It gives me immense satisfaction that it gives me a sense of accomplishment. It also gives me a sense of that I have conquered something unknown. And also, I think it's also the chemicals which flood my brain. I think what they call it, serotonin or endorphin or whatever it is. It's a combination. So I think that kicks in every time, and I love doing these things. And I've traveled across the world.
How many countries do you have a count?
I think I should check my passport and count the stamps, but over 50 countries. And
So Aitna is always with adventure.
yeah, adventure. Always.
What does Soumya say? Complain or she has no choice?
Soumya also, in a way, has learned to live with me.
Hmm.
We've been married since 1990, so it's a long time.
Hmm.
So we met as kids. I think I fell in love with her in the hotel.
Hmm. She's
Right,
also from the same industry.
same industry. She joined Taj Coromandel as a graduate trainee. I joined as a management trainee. She was in front office. I was in F&B. I used to take care of a restaurant. If you guys were born during my era, a restaurant called Mysore, which was one of the most famous Indian restaurants. And looking across that was the front desk.
Hmm.
And Soumya used to be a front desk, front office person. So we used to get a lot of groups, foreign groups, and we used to have a competition between restaurants who does more revenue. And these revenues were dictated by how many groups come to your thing. So we used to go and woo the front office girls to write the groups to our restaurant.
Okay.
So they had the power to write. So that's how me and Soumya got along, and then we fell in love looking across the lobby. Okay, and we got married in the same hotel. The Taj Coromandel hosted our wedding, and they sent us to another Taj hotel for our honeymoon. So I think the Taj was like kind of part of us. And then we went together to Maldives. We worked together in Maldives.
Oh,
We were one of the first people who they took us on a seaplane.
Hmm.
The first time seaplanes entered into the Maldives, the first flight we were on it.
wow.
So I have like tons of experiences which I wrote in my book called Mojo and the Mango Tree.
Yeah, just tell me few lines about what that book is all about.
So this book is all about my stories in hospitality. It's about leadership for hospitality professionals. How leaders can be at any level. You don't need to have a designation to be called a leader. And how the stories I went through are also lessons for people.
Hmm.
So this is a book when we had lockdowns during COVID, and hospitality guys, I'm a very even now I'm not able to sit quiet. We are always on the move. So during that time, it was very, very kind of constricting for me. So I had to do something which thing. So I sat and wrote this entire book.
Anybody in any service industry, that's a go-to book?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So actually, the Welcome Group graduate school had it as their first year as one of the subjects.
Wow.
So everyone had to buy it, and they were doing it. So the second book I wrote recently, which was released by the tourism minister, was about the sustainability story of GRT hotels. So we are one of the first brands who are completely sustainable. This comes from my also upbringing, my grandmother's things, of how traditional sustainability, as Indians, we're always sustainable.
Yep.
How it can be brought on to modern world. So our hotels are totally 100% plastic free. If you come to a hotel, you can drink pure water, which is alkaline, which is healthier than normal mineral water, in glass bottles, which are bottled, zero carbon footprint. So every hotel of ours has a bottling plant, and it travels the least amount of time. No plastic, all our material for like bath amenities are in bulk, and we have signed a MOU with Dove to have sulfate free, paraben free, eco-friendly. All our cleaning material with Diversey is sustainable, biodegradable. So every step we have taken.
It's completely value driven. It's a choice.
It's a
because
choice.
It's a value
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And you said even if it's going to take a little extra effort, extra money, we'll still do it.
And I wrote this book not because of anything, because I wanted independent hoteliers and even people to become sustainable. So it is for common man, and it's for independent hoteliers also, saying that sustainability is not a cost, it's an investment. Just by getting away from those plastic bottles, we saved 1 crore in 1 year. Wow. In our hotels. So many plastic bottles.
Yep.
And the best thing was, not only we saved money, we got in more guests because we were sustainable hotels.
Because people look at it and
they're
say,
paying more for our hotels.
yeah.
So that's what is the story of sustainability, which I'm spreading the message across to become sustainable. I think we need to leave the planet better than what we are for our future generations, and that we are working towards. I've become an evangelist of sustainability, and I want to take this across. And I'm also part of many boards on sustainability. So this I imbibe from my grandmother when she says, have a bucket water bath, just one bucket, not a shower, because you're going to waste water. Eat in plantain banana leaf thing. Eat with your fingers. Make sure that you control your waste. So these are the things which today modern life, I think kids don't understand it, because that what is rooted in tradition is lost. And I think if we are able to take back and just look back, peek back into a tradition, we can live a sustainable life. So this is something, and this also plays into my fitness and what my choices, my travel. Travel is again carbon footprint, but I try and offset it. I pay money to buy carbon credits. I do forestation. We plant trees. Our organization has large farms. We plant trees to offset our carbon footprints.
So you're very, very, very cautious and very serious about it.
Serious about it.
Very serious about it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So this is my travels. This is about my fitness in a nutshell.
Quickly, to just wrap that session,
Yeah.
I just want you to tell for people watching this. If someone wants to build a great career, but also travel, also have great fitness, how can they do the AND thing? Because some of the world tells you that if you really work hard, no way you're going to give time for the family. Some more people think that.
Yeah.
How do you break? How did you do it? How anyone can do it?
I think it's very easy. There's, like I told you earlier, I think there's nothing called work-life balance. I think work and life is the same thing. You're one person, and you cannot split your personalities. At work, you are doing this. At home, you're doing this. So at every time, I always tell my people, only your priorities change. So when you have a priority of work, give you 100%. When you're at work, you're 100% there. Your mind, your body, your soul is doing what you're doing. When you're at home, no calls. Don't do anything with something to do with. Give your 100% to your family. Give your 100% to your pursuits. Give your 100% to your personal thing. Build your close circle. Okay, be at work, be at home. I think I have some 10 best friends. I have 10 best leaders surrounding me. Anytime I'm out, they take over. So it's very important you build an ecosystem who's doing your work when you're not there, and who can do it as well as you or
Sometimes
better
than you. Yeah.
So don't feel insecure that you will be replaced. That's very one important thing a leader should know. So when you're able to do that, which I've been able to do, I've been able to give. I don't think my wife can complain. I don't think Ramya, my daughter, can complain that I missed even one PTA meeting, one milestone of hers, one time I didn't go to her sports. One time, even in Toronto, when she graduated her MBA, I was there cheering her on. So that way, I've never missed anything, and I never missed any of my commitments.
So you're actually giving hope to everyone watching there. It is possible.
It is 100% possible. It's 200% possible that you
So
can
get your priorities right, get your ecosystem right,
Yeah.
have your inner circle in personal, professional, and both are same work life. There's no differentiation, right?
Correct.
Which you're the same person here.
Yeah.
Build a world like that where you give 100% wherever you are, and it is
Choose
possible.
your priorities at that time. So if you're doing something, do 100%. You're going for a trek, 100%. You're on the trek.
Yeah.
You're enjoying nature. You're enjoying the trek. You're enjoying adventure. Don't think about what emails are lying in my inbox. Who's going to do what? When you come back to work, all your emails, attend to them.
Yeah.
So that's how life should be.
The problem with that is most people are working and thinking, when can we go for a holiday? At the holiday, they're thinking at work. What's the point? Right?
And they think like if you work hard, you're doing a good thing in your life. I think it's a misguided kind of thing which as Indians we put into our heads. maybe by our parents, by people who have worked, because we come from a scarcity nation. We are a nation which was a developing nation, so we had to work hard like Japanese to come to where we are today. So that's why we are still not like the West, where they live on credit. We still save money,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So the bad thing is that hard work was equated to success. Need not be. Smart work is equated to success. You work smart and you enjoy life, you do work better.
Yeah.
So get off. I always say that every 3 months I take a break. I traveled across India. I think I love my country. Though I pride myself saying I've been to 50 plus countries, but I pride more in saying that I traveled across India, nooks and corners of India. I've seen my country like nobody else, and that I can do it every 3 months. I get off for 3 days, 4 days,
Yeah,
go see something.
Okay,
Yeah,
take your short breaks.
your short breaks, and I think that rejuvenates you. You come back very fresh.
I'm a
You
big
look at
fan
the
of the
thing.
same
Yeah,
thing. 4 times at least a break,
yeah,
one long break or two
yeah,
long breaks in a
yeah,
year,
yeah,
a must, because I
yeah,
love nature, I love
yeah,
meeting people,
yeah,
I love to switch off,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's where the best ideas
yeah,
come in and
yeah,
you
correct.
rejuvenate, right? Vikram, somewhere I read about this curry theory. Can you tell us how that happened? How did you guys do it?
So Curry Theory is a restaurant which is so close to my heart.
Hmm.
So the entire idea came to me. I traveled with about 20 chefs all over Europe, almost 10 countries in Europe, where we went to every Michelin starred
Hmm.
restaurant. Can you imagine what an opportunity
Yep.
that was? We went to some of the most famous Michelin starred restaurants and we tasted food. And every evening, we used to deconstruct what is going right and why they are Michelin stars.
Hmm.
So when I came back, I said, we need to do something in our own country about it. Why are we going to Michelin starred restaurants in Europe and doing it?
Hmm.
So when we redid our Radisson Blue GRT Chennai, we had to come up with a concept for a restaurant. And as a kid, I grew up in Madras, the old Madras. In old Madras, if you go to Paris Corner, I don't know if you've tried this, they have something called athos, which are Burmese noodles.
Burmese noodles. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then you go into those gullies of Saukarpet and you have these nice charts. And street food, and you go into Marina, you have that the Tenga Manga Sundal.
Sundals, yeah.
So I think street food is an emotion for everybody, anywhere. So I said, especially Tamil Nadu street food, we have a wealth of street food developed over centuries through families, heirloom recipes. I said, we need to get these recipes. So I constituted about 4-5 chefs and I sent them to all the places, Virudhunagar, Madurai, Salem, Tirunelveli, Thoothukudi, interiors, okay, to find out all these recipes. They came back and said, Zil sir, nobody is giving. We said we are from hotels. We went with our chef coach and we said that we want to introduce you. We will name it. Nobody was giving the recipes. So I said, okay, let's do another thing. You dressed in jeans, torn jeans, t-shirts, and take a cameraman, tell you YouTubers, go to that place, be with that guy, say you're a YouTuber, you're going to shoot and he's going to get so much of business, he's going to get publicity. Let's see if that works. And that really worked.
So your chefs
Yeah.
took a camera, went as a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they sat with all these guys in Virudhunagar, in the messes in Madurai, in Thoothukudi, Salem, everywhere. They went to all these places, Chennai, and they came up with a collection of recipes. We sat with these recipes, we deconstructed the entire recipe, and then we said that we have to make it, we have to add another layer, which is called the neuroscience or neurogastronomy. All of you know that you eat with your brain, okay? Unless you have smell, you have your taste, you don't get flavor. Unless if when you hear, it enhances your thing. So that's why, for one small example is why the taste of food is so bad in airplanes, because your nasal lining gets dried up. So you can't smell food. When you don't smell food, your food tastes bad. The same food you eat on the ground, it tastes good. So this is one of the reasons. So then we said that we have to play to all 5 senses with neurogastronomy and introduce these street food. So that's how curry theory was born. The theory of neurogastronomy. The curry means a take on street food, and then we have a set of we have constructed a menu where Nethli. So we did a AR. So we shot the entire augmented reality, virtual reality and augmented reality. We gave goggles where we took entire thing of the fishermen going in, fishing, coming out with Nethli. And then when they take out their goggles, we also had smell of the sea and the sand, which in spritzers. We do that. And then they have Nethli in front of them.
Nethli is small fish.
Small fish. That is anchovies, what they call in thing. So things like this we did. It was an experiential.
So when people come to the restaurant, you actually give them the goggles.
Yeah.
So they actually have that feel, and it also smells like that before they have the dish.
So wow. So we have several dishes. Maybe not everything will have AR, but everything is experiential. And then they get to taste the best Tamil street food in curry theory. So this was the concept, and it's a runaway success. We've opened the first one in Chennai, the Radisson Blue GRT. The second one we opened now in the Radisson Bengaluru. And we're going to take it, people want us to open it in the Radisson Kashmir now. So the third one, maybe it's going to be in Radisson Kashmir, and we're going to grow that brand.
You need to do a trademark on this, okay?
Yes, of course.
By you creating this, you should do a trademark on this. Okay, quick question on the way you build GRT. I've heard that in hospitality, the number of women are always less, right? The gender ratio is always less. But I also read that somewhere you guys are way above average. How did that happen?
So gender inequality, especially in hospitality, is very high because it's a very demanding job and it's a very physical job. And generally, I don't know if in the 80s, 90s, people used to think that hotel are the places where all bad things happen. I don't know how they got this. They see in movies. I think in Tamil movies, they always show a villain in a hotel, 5-star.
I think Bollywood also.
So I think somewhere that thing got in. But modern, I think world, that's all changing, and more women want to come in, and they are the best suited for hospitality. I think the way they think, where they relate to guests, where they give hospitality is completely different from a man's perspective. So we at GRT hotels, we wanted to get women on the thing, and I grew up with women all my life. I think the first influence on me was my mother, then my grandmother, and then my sister and my cousins. So at all times, and then my wife, at all times, a great influence on me was women, and I really respect women for what they come out with. So I said this has to change in things. So generally, the global perspective for women is 12%. So we had almost 15%, but we wanted to make it 25%. So we said one in every employee should be a woman. So 4 men, 1 woman. So that was is our goal, and we went on to do it, and not only at the shop floor level, but also at the senior leadership. So our VP HR is a woman, our corporate housekeeper is a woman, our corporate sales is a woman. So we have really populated women, and we are really looking at how we can showcase to the hospitality world that women are a great fit to hospitality. And I think it's really working. And we are getting more and more women coming to us as far away as from Meghalaya, Northeast sister. They are so good, the women, they work so hard. They are absolutely made for hospitality. They smile so easily, and they look so good. So they are very good for hospitality. And that's how we are trying to bridge this gender inequality in our
Awesome, thing. Vikram. Thank you for doing what you do, because I think really people watching this, you're going to inspire people to do that. Okay, you've been in this industry for so many years. I'm sure you met N number of celebrities, the best of the best, royalty. Can you just share a few people you've met?
A lot of people.
Okay.
I think from the start of my career, I've been coming across, because hotels are places where everybody walks in, and I've met presidents of India. I've met, and I think if you ask me who's the person who had the most amount of awe when I met them is Madam Jayalalitha.
Hmm.
Oh my God! I think
Our
she was
former chief minister.
our former chief minister. I think I don't know. Leave aside of politics. I'm not. I'm very apolitical. But her personality, her way of giving complete attention to a person she's talking to, and the understanding of every subject.
Hmm.
I used to go to her, and she used to make menus, and she was so knowledgeable about food,
Oh.
and she used to host dinners. And she used to do silver service, like sit down banquets with people. So then I met the Prime Minister of Germany in the 90s, Richard von Weizsäcker, a true gentleman, and then England,
Oh.
Queen of England, Taj Coromandel, and of course, film celebrities, Rajinikanth, Amitabh Bachchan,
You name it.
you name it. And Jitendra was Jitendra. We had a thali named after him in our hotel.
Any Prime Ministers of India in GRT?
Prime Ministers of India? No, I've not met any Prime Ministers. But presidents, a lot of presidents, and a lot of governors. We still do a lot of outdoors for governors. And these are the people.
Just like Madam Jayalalitha, you said you were in awe with her.
Yeah.
Any celebrity who you really like them as a human being, if you were to mention?
I think if you want me to pick up one person, I think it was Amitabh Bachchan. I think a very classy man. He had his airs, he had his idiosyncrasies, but the personality he occupies the entire room when he walks in. I think it's a fabulous thing, and he's like any other man. And even if you see him without his baggage of being a great actor, when he walks in, and I think it's fantastic when you talk to him. He's so knowledgeable. He's so good at his whatever his thing. And same as Kamala Hassan. Kamala Hassan is also very well spoken, and he's so nice to talk to.
Yeah, his philosophy, his knowledge, his subject depth. Yeah. Amazing guy. Yeah. Amazing guy.
So these are the things. And of course, sports people, Srikanth is a very close friend, very good. His brother studied with me.
Oh.
Srinath and a lot of sports people. We host cricket teams. Dhoni, when he just got married, I was the GM of the Radisson GRT. Sakshi, he just met Sakshi. They got married. The first hotel they came to was ours.
So Tala came first to your hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we the secret is we even taught him how to wear a tie.
Wow.
Our guys made him wear a tie when he was going for a kind of a. They were making him an honorary member in MCC. I don't know if he even remembers all that. And one of our girls even tied the sari for Sakshi that time. So
you have some crazy, amazing stories, right? Yeah. Okay, tell me the worst tantrum you got from a celebrity. Don't mention the celebrity. The worst tantrum. I'm sure you must have some crazy stories behind. Any worst tantrum?
Oh, lots.
Give me one. Just give me one.
I think very celebrated actor.
Okay.
He used to come to the hotel, carry his own hip flask. I think by now he'll know. Own hip flask. And he won't care for time or anything. And anyone wants to come and talk to him, he'll make him sit down. And by the end of the evening, he'll have some 50 people in front of him. And the entire restaurant operation is gone that day because people are only sitting in front of him and talking. And he'll order food for everybody. And then he'll walk out.
Oh!
Yeah.
So he doesn't pay the bill.
Yeah.
Oh, so, boy.
Yeah. So we had a lot of people like that.
Okay.
But this one gentleman is like a king of tantrums.
Okay. You keep guessing who it is. We're not going to name who it is. Any other tantrum from a guest, leave celebrity, which is you can never forget. Like, or any incident like.
A lot of guests. I mean, we go through so many
every day in and day out, right? You can't pick one.
Yeah. Like I remember once when in the midnight, one girl called me from the front desk. Sir, one guy is standing stark naked in front of me. A 6'4" man. And I said, what's wrong? Is he like drunk or something? No, sir, he's perfectly all right. But he's shouting, saying, Why is he shouting at you? Because I asked him for his ID. Why ID? Because he left his. What happened was the gentleman in the night. He wanted water. I think he ran out of water. And the hotel rooms. No, you come out and the door closes for safety's sake. It closes. So he was stark naked. He was trying to get water from the housekeeping trolley outside.
Okay.
And he couldn't get it. He didn't know what to do.
By the time he came and the door closed.
He walked down straight. And our SOP is that you don't make another key for anybody. Because for security. They ask for an ID. So that guy got so pissed. What ID do you require from me? So I had to intervene and said, please give the key and make sure that. So these are funny incidents also.
I am sure you can give a ton of them, right? Ton of them stories.
Write a book.
You should write a book. This book will definitely sell. What happens actually behind the scenes. Vikram, great conversation, but quick thing I need to ask, because you've grown, you're respected, you've made a massive difference. Now, how do you update yourself? How do you learn? Because I believe you need to be a lifelong learner. Without that, it doesn't work.
I believe that you have to be a lifelong learner. There is never a point when you can stop learning, especially in this world where things are so dynamic. If you think you know anything, you're left back. You're a fossil already. So I keep consuming a lot of stuff. Podcast to YouTube is my go-to now. You see me in any flight, I download YouTube videos, I download podcasts, and I go through it. And I attend a lot of sessions. I think one of the most influential sessions was Train the Trainer.
Yeah, you did Train the Trainer with Blessing, our master of math.
I think he was like something else, and I took away so much. And I think today, if I'm able to get up onto any stage, any international stage I speak on, I think I take what he taught me there. And it's so powerful. The start, how to start a speech, how to sell in between, how to end a speech. I think he was phenomenal. Any trainer should do this. I think any coach, any individual, any leader should do this.
I always tell train the trainers for everyone, because it's actually personal development.
More than training and coaching. Because a man taught us that the way you teach is more important than what you teach.
Exactly.
The way you teach, the way you speak. He was not at all bothered about content. It's the method. And I think it was so powerful. And I love speaking. After that, I love speaking on any stage. People call me to any stage and I speak to them.
I was at the second FHRA Sustainability Conference. I used the same principles what Blair Singer taught me, and I did a presentation of 15 minutes. 300 delegates gave me a standing ovation there. So that's the power of learning. So, and learning is not just, you have to be active in learning. It has to be transformational. You have to look at transformational learning, not sit back and just view learning as learning. That time has gone away. So I believe you have to do to learn. So, and I think it's very important, and I do that always. And I think the universe is made of not of atoms but of stories. I always feel. And I think storytelling is something every leader should learn today. I think we are able to relate to people. You're able to relate to incidents. You're able to relate to any vision you're going to give if you put it in a form of a story. And it's been very powerful for me. Intrinsically, I'm a storyteller because I learned sitting at my grandmom's feet. She used to tell me hundreds of stories, and I learned stories from her. And today I enjoy telling stories, and I think it's very, very powerful.
Awesome. Vikram, we have a couple of traditions before we let you go. One tradition is we have something called 3, 2, 1. And you have no idea this. We have 3 things. Okay. There's 3, 2, 1. I can ask whatever I want in 3, or whatever I want in 2, and whatever in 1.
Okay.
Shall I go for it?
Yeah, sure.
3 people who inspired you.
I think 3 people who inspired me. One is, of course, Mahatma Gandhi, though of a different era. I think what he did for a country was something phenomenal. I think you have to actually learn the man from where he came, lawyer, and what he did and how he transformed himself to do something which was selfless. I think it's a great leadership lesson. I think what Mahatma Gandhi did.
The one is Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. The second person whom I think which I look up to is my first general manager, Manik Patel of Taj Coromandel. I learned hospitality from him. Hospitality with the heart. Hospitality for the people, and not hospitality as a leader. I think hospitality is all about people. Hospitality is all about compassion. It's about people, and I think I learned my lesson from him. And I always hold him up there, and always when I'm stuck at something, I always think, how did Mr. Patel? How would he have done this? And that's how I get my answers. And the third person is, of course, my grandmom. I think she molded me.
She's been a great influence on you.
Great influence on me in terms of how I think today, how I live today, and my lifestyle. Everything I think is. She was totally uneducated, but her leadership, her financial acumen, her compassion, her interpersonal relationship, her way of personal branding, that those days, I think personal branding for herself. Like she was from a zamindari family, and she made sure everybody knew that she was from a zamindari family. Yet she was making it like she was doing a favor that she is letting them close to her. And that built a kind of an aura around her. And that today they call it personal branding. Yeah. So I think she was one of those people.
That was age-old wisdom, which is personal branding today. That's 3. 2 core values of you, which has made Vikram who he is right now.
I think creativity is one big thing. I think it's built in me, and I think that value of creativity and that the wonder which I have. I always ask not what, but I always ask why, and I try to learn that, and I enjoy creating things, new things. If you see in my own brand, whatever we are doing. I'm involved in the creation, and I love creation. I love to dream. I'm a dreamer also. So I think this is one of the values which I think. And second is compassion. I think it's a very important value system for a hospitality leader. We have to look within a person, not look outside a person. A person is molded by different influences. What's inside, we have to understand before we lead that, before we become a leader for that person. I think these are 2 very important values.
Creativity and compassion.
Yeah.
Okay, 1. This is going to be tough. There's only one book. What would that be?
Very difficult.
Yep.
So, there's one book, Danny Mayer's Setting the Table. I think there's a lot of learning in that. It's not just a casual read. If you're a hospitality person, I think there's a wealth of knowledge to learn. If I'm allowed to tell another book,
give it for everyone.
Yeah.
Just give one book for everyone.
The Golden Standards of the Ritz-Carlton. How they build their culture. And I think I took a lot of, I think, inspiration from that book to build our culture too.
Because Ritz has got something like Empower 2000, right?
Yeah. They got Empower.
Something like that.
Something. But I took it out from there. I molded it to our thing, and I put it in. So it's an inspiration. And a lot of things, if you see in GRT hotels, it all goes to that the Ritz kind of culture. Though it's a lot of people call that a lot of brainwashing. Oberoi's also did do that. It's called a brainwashing. You're actually making a person think, but in a very softer way. Our culture is inspired from that book called The Golden Standards from Ritz.
Golden Standards from Ritz. Okay, that's 3, 2, 1. One more ritual. We have a set of affirmation bands here, Vikram. You can pick up one which resonates with you. Whatever.
I think My Purpose, Me.
Okay, that's what I have.
Oh,
my
great.
Purpose is greater than me is my band too.
Yeah.
Okay, we picked the same.
Yeah, great. So I think every leader, every person should have a purpose in life. I think they should recognize the Ikigai very early. Ikigai, only recently we know about Ikigai because Japanese started the thing. But I think purpose, if you see any great leader, I think they always had a purpose. And my purpose, like I told you, I discovered when I was 13. I wanted to make people happy. I think that was a very fundamental purpose. Okay, we build on that purpose. But I think everybody has to lead a life with purpose.
Thank you, Vikram. Time just flew.
I enjoyed it.
I thoroughly enjoyed. All the very best wishes for you. Thank you for inspiring people to be fit, to be happy, to be family driven, to go behind their purpose and build whatever they want to and have a life. I think we broke the work-life balance myth here. I'm very happy about that. Thank you so much. Any final words?
I think stay inspired. I think the world is a big place, and I think when you look at the world, it's what lens you wear. So I think you have to put on the happy, inspired lens always, and look at good things and imbibe the good things, and always care for the people around you. I think very important. Family, friends, they are the underlying influence on you. That's the close circle. I think it's very important that you pay attention to them. Don't get lost in work and things which don't matter when you're on your deathbed. Sorry to say that, but when you're in a deathbed, nothing of this matters. What matters is how you led your life with compassion. How did you treat your immediate family? And what memories did you collect from them? That's what matters at the end of it.
I agree, Vikram. Thank you so much for a wonderful time. All the very, very best wishes. And I'm really wishing and hoping GRT is there across the country and making people happy.
Thank you so much, Suren. And I think I had a fantastic time. You were a great conversationist. I didn't even realize that time passed. And I'm sure, I think all the very best to your podcast, Greater Than. I think it's going to hit the charts.
Yes, that's the intention. Let's inspire people. Let's inspire people that they greater than whatever they're going through, right? You're greater than your challenges, your trauma, past.
I hope somebody is doing a podcast with your story is so inspiring. I think somebody should be sitting there and you should be sitting here and asking you questions, because I think I learned so much from your story, and I'm so inspired by how you have risen from what you were to what you are, and it's so much connects to Greater Than.
It's the same story, Vikram. At age 13, you wanted people to be happy. Similar story. Someday, some other time, we'll have that story. Thank you so much.
So, thank you so much, Surendran.
Thank you for staying till the end. This podcast is about helping you shift perspectives, push your limits, and take steps that actually move you forward. Just remember that you're greater than anything life throws at you. I am Surendran Jayasekar signing off. We'll see you again next Friday at 8 p.m. Until then, love yourself. Don't take life too seriously. Live a life of meaning and purpose.